Good morning students. I am Susmita Nanda, lecturer in computer science from Nilachal Polytechnic. Today's our topic is server side scripting. Okay. So in last video we already know what is the scripting language, and scripting language is two types. One is client side and one other one is server side. So already we discussed what is the client side scripting. In this video we are going to discuss what is the server side scripting. Okay. So server side scripting is a technique of program for producing the code which can run software on the server side. In simple words, any scripting or programming that can run on the web server is known as server side scripting. The operations like customization of a website, dynamic change in the website content, response generation to the user's queries, accessing the database and so on are performed at the server end. The server-side scripting constructs a communication link between a server and a client. Earlier, the server-side scripting is implemented by the CGI, Common Gateway Interface scripts. The CGI was devised to execute the scripts from programming languages such as C++ or Perl on the websites. The server side involves three parts. What are they? One is server, another one is database and APIs and backend web software developed by the server side scripting language. When a browser sends a request to the server for a web page consisting of server side scripting, the web server processes the script prior to serving the page to the browser. Let's see what are the different types of server side scripting. First one is PHP. It is the most prevalent server side language used on the web, which was designed to extract and manipulate information in the database. The language is used in association with SQL language for the database. It is used in Facebook, WordPress and Wikipedia. Next is our Python. The language is fast and contains shorter code. It is good for the beginners as it concentrates on the readability and simplicity of the code. Python functions well in the object-oriented environment and used in famous sites like YouTube, Google, etc. Next is Ruby. It contains complex logic which packages the backend with database utility, which can also be provided by PHP and SQL. So these are the different types of server-side scripting. Next is our different components of the server-side scripting, SSS. So server-side scripting, three parts. One is server, another one is database and last one is the backend developer. Let's see what is the difference between the CSS and SSS, server-side scripting and client-side scripting. In server-side scripting, it is used at the backend where the source code is not viewable or hidden at the client side. But in client-side scripting, it is used at the front end which users can see from the browser. In server-side scripting, a web server runs the script for server-side scripting that creates the page which needs to be sent to the browser. But in client-side scripting, a browser runs the script for client-side scripting that is already present in the user's computer. In server-side scripting, it happens when a user's browser initiates a server request. Dynamic pages are then created based on several conditions. But in client-side scripting, it happens when the browser possesses all the codes and the page in latter changed according to the user's input. In server-side scripting, the scripting process for the server side is done on remote computer and hence the response is comparatively slower than the client-side one. In case of client-side scripting, the scripting process of client server is executed on a local computer and thus the response is comparatively quicker when compared to server-side scripting. In case of server-side scripting, a server can carry out a server-side script but cannot perform the client-side scripting. In case of client-side scripting, a browser can perform the client-side scripting after receiving the page sent by the server. In case of server-side scripting, it helps in containing to the databases that are already present in the web. In case of client-side scripting, it does not connect to the database that are on the web server. In case of server-side scripting, it is excellent for any area that requires loading of dynamic data. But in case of client-side scripting, it is excellent for any case which requires user interaction. In case of server-side scripting, languages used in server scripting are Ruby, on Rails, PHP, ColdFusion, Python, ASP, Perl, etc. But in case of client-side scripting, languages commonly used for client-side scripting are JavaScript, HTML, CSS, VBScript, etc. In case of server-side scripting, it has access to all the files present in the web server. But in case of client-side scripting, it has no access to all the files present in the web server. In case of server-side scripting, it is more secure than client-side scripting as the server-side scripts are usually hidden from the client end. In case of client-side scripting, it is less secure because the scripts are usually not hidden from the client end. So, these are all about the difference between the server-side scripting and client-side scripting basis on this comparison. So, let's see client-side versus server-side. This is the diagram. When this is the client and this is the server. When a client or your computer makes a request for a web page, that information is processed by the web server. If the request is a server-side scripting, okay, for example, Perl or PHP, before the information is returned to the client, the script is executed on the server and the results of the script is returned to the client. Whereas, once the client receives the returned information from the server, if it contains a client-side scripting, for example, JavaScript, your computer browser executes that script before displaying the web page. So, this is the computer, this is the server, and client is sending the request to the server, and here server is sending the response to the client. Let's see what is server-side scripting. The first server-side scripting techniques came about in order to deliver content that is unique to the user making the request, as well as save time by reducing the manual editing of hypertext markup language or HTML documents. The server-side scripts were often times small executable files containing a series of commands to pass to the operating system. The web daemon, the software running the web server, would use this shell script to further execute an additional program residing on the host computer. This general technique was then defined in 1993 in the Common Gateway Interface or CGI standard developed by the Internet Engineering Task Force, that is IETF. In most cases, these early CGI scripts were used to send database response from the server back to the requesting client. And interpreted scripting languages were developed such as Perl and PHP. Hypertext process PHP. Server-side scripting methods also evolved. HTTP daemons were up to date to include use extensions that allowed for these various scripting languages to be called from the web daemon itself instead of being passed to the operating system on the host. With this addition, bits of scripting language could be included within the HTML document as the web server reads through a document before sending it out across the web. It checks for the executes any of the script within the document. Since the content called up by server-side scripting residing in a database, it can be virtually anything. Content such as product descriptions, price variations, web log entries, images, and even formatting is stored in the database. It is also possible to nest one server-side script snip within another, where the first script grabs shortened data from the database, but also calls a second script which accesses secondary data. So these are all about the server-side scripting. Thank you.